Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into, well, one of the most foundational texts out there, Genesis chapter 1. It's not just some ancient story. It's really shaped how we see, everything.
Exactly. And our goal today, I think, is to look at Genesis 1 not really as a science book, which it isn't trying to be, but more as this masterful piece of theological writing. It's like a blueprint for a worldview, you know?
A blueprint? How so?
Well, it tackles the huge questions. Who is God? What's reality all about? Where do humans fit in? And crucially, it paints a picture that was pretty radical compared to other views back then.
Okay, right. Let's unpack that idea, it not being a scientific report.
hmm
Because the 7 days, that framework is so famous, and people immediately jump to, does this match science?
Yeah, that's a common sticking point. But if you look closely at the 7-day structure, it's really this elegant literary pattern. It's not a lab journal. It's showing God bringing order out of that initial chaos, the tohu wabohu, formless and empty.
So how does that pattern work?
Well, you see this parallel thing happening. The first 3 days are kind of like forming spaces, and the next 3 are filling them. So day 1 creates light, the realm of light, if you will. Then day 4 fills that realm with the actual light bearers, sun, moon, stars.
Ah, okay. So that explains the whole light before the sun issue if you see it thematically.
Precisely. It's about function and order, not necessarily strict, linear time like we'd record an experiment.
Got it. And after all this forming and filling, the story climaxes not with humans, interestingly, but with God resting on day 7. What's the significance there?
That's huge. This rest isn't God being tired. No, it signifies completion, satisfaction, like a king sitting on his throne after establishing his kingdom. It's all very good. And notice this: the text mentions evening and morning for the first 6 days.
Right.
But not for the 7th day. The implication seems to be that the 7th day, this divine rest and order, it's ongoing. It opens up into, well, our reality, a sacred rhythm.
Okay, now here's where I think it gets really countercultural for its time. You mentioned other ancient Near Eastern stories, like the Babylonian Numa Elish.
Yes, exactly.
Those stories often depict creation as like a violent struggle between gods, right?
Yeah.
Chaos and conflict.
Absolutely. And Genesis 1 is just radically different. It asserts this uncompromising monotheism. There's one single sovereign God. And how does he create? Not through battle, but just by speaking. And God said, boom, it happens. Effortlessly.
And what about things like the sun and moon? Weren't they considered deities in other cultures?
Often, yes. Powerful gods you had to appease. But Genesis, it kind of demythologizes them. They're just lights. Lamps almost.
Yeah.
Their job is functional. Signs, seasons, days, years, they serve purposes for humanity. They aren't masters over humanity. It's a complete flip.
Wow. And that brings us to humanity's role. In something like Enuma Elish, humans are basically, slaves created to do the god's dirty work?
Pretty much, yeah. An afterthought, created from the blood of a defeated, chaotic god meant to serve. But Genesis, it's a total revolution in thinking about human value. Humanity is the pinnacle, the climax of this very good creation.
Made in the image of God.
Exactly, the Imago Dei. And critically, this isn't just for the king or the priests like maybe in Egypt or Babylon. It's for all humanity. It bestows this incredible inherent worth and dignity on every single person.
So our purpose isn't servitude then?
No, it's a noble calling. We're called to be God's representatives, his stewards, to exercise dominion, but that means responsible care. Reflecting God's own ordering and benevolent rule over creation, cultivating, tending, making it flourish, not exploitation.
So bringing this forward, what does this ancient text viewed this way mean for you listening today?
Well, I think it offers this really enduring framework, ethically and spiritually. You've got foundations for environmental stewardship. Creation has value in itself. For social justice, that Imago Dei means every person has equal dignity. And even for a healthy life rhythm, that pattern of meaningful work and necessary restorative rest.
Yeah, it really invites you into a posture of maybe awe, gratitude. Seeing the world not just as random stuff, but as this purposeful, beautiful creation.
Right. And maybe the question to leave you with this week is this. If you truly believed every single person you interact with carries that divine image, that Imago Dei, how might that fundamentally change how you see them, how you speak to them, how you act towards them? Just something to consider.